Ladies and gents, welcome back to Beat the Drop.
Will suffering end.
What the fuck was that? What the fucking hell was that?
Ladies and gents, we are back. Welcome to Beat the Drop. Welcome to the OGs, man. This is season 1 reunion. R.I.P. Oscar. R.I.P. Oscar and Leeds. But apart from that, Chappie should hopefully be back on soon. But we got the boys back in the house. How you all doing in the chat? Please make sure you subscribe to everyone's channel. All linked in the comments, in the description down below. And we've got a lot to start unpacking. So welcome back, Jace. How are you, bud?
Good, thanks. How's everyone?
Mate, you are looking good, Jace, man. You're looking good, mate.
I'm trying.
Legend.
Trying.
Mike. Do we now need to call you Sorry Mike and call Mike Mike?
Give me a few games.
I'm not fucking ready for this. I'm not fucking ready for this. I had the beginning, like I was ready. The intro happened. I was like, "We are fucked." Because honest to God, mate, it's toilet over here. So yeah, I'm not good, mate. I'm not good. Now go to Ant or someone else. Yeah,
all right.
Office.
What's it like being top half of the Premier League? Not to rub it in Mike's face.
I don't know. I keep having to attend to this nosebleed I've got. That's the only issue. I'm not used to being that high in the table. So very good, very pleasing.
Good to see you. And the sexiest voice on YouTube. Still with nil points. Sorry, Mike is back, ladies and gents. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing okay. I've done a lot of miles on the road for 0 points, but hey ho, there's a lot of games to go. That's all we can say.
And the villain of the show tonight, stealing 3 points on the road, going up to the northwest, coming out, running out. Statman John, ladies and gents. How are you, Statman John?
I'm doing good, thank you. Thanks for having us back, Wolvie. Yeah, I mean, the most frustrating thing about it is that I wasn't there to watch the game live. Considering I live in Manchester. I was busy this weekend, so I didn't even see the game at all. But I've certainly caught up on it, and my word, was that a wonderful surprise to see popping up on my phone at around 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, just keep rubbing that salt in, mate. Rubbing that salt in. And then, of course, the legend, the man himself, Rich, who, congratulations, is finally off nil points. Yeah, celebrated it like they'd won the league. He's there as well, ladies and gents.
Absolutely, because before our game yesterday, I was where both mics were. I'm in a much better mood today, I tell you that.
Oh, God. It's good to have you boys back. Chappie will hopefully be joining soon. He's not getting off the hook. But there's only one place we can start. And this stream is rated 18. We've got it in the title and everything else. So if anyone wants to cry in the comments or in the chat, tough luck, you've been warned, right? This is going to be literally uncensored, okay? And there is only one place we can start, okay? I love this guy, right? We had to do this for him because we need to know how he's feeling, yeah? And how are you? I'm joking. Mike, talk to us, Mike. But before you do, mate, let me get ready. Just get ready. I got my popcorn.
Popcorn, yeah, we all ready? Yeah, we're fucked.
I've got my
Yeah,
pseudo
we're fucked.
Everyone got their popcorn? Are we ready?
We fucked it. Yeah, we fucked it. Royally fucked it. I mean, how do you go? And this is look. I'm not saying this because John's here, and I'd never dig out other teams, but Bournemouth was shite. They were shit for 85 minutes. Not even in the game. I thought it was their worst performance of the season. And not only did they fucking turn us over, they scoring 3 goals in 8 minutes. It also re-established the fact that Sean Dyche is fucking idioted to the absolute maximum. I mean, if you've got players blowing tornadoes out of their arsehole, you need to make a substitution. They make 5, we make 2. We make 2 attacking substitutions at 2-1 down. Explain the fucking logic. So there is no logic. We're fucked, mate. We're fucked. 3. How do you concede 10 goals in 3 games? The club's fucked, mate. It's fucked. Stadium FC, we're finished, mate. Finished. I can't actually get over how bad we have started this season. Last season, we got 1 point in 5, but at least we looked like we could score a goal. We weren't scoring, but at least we looked like it. This season, we score goals and we still shit the bed. So, yeah, mate, fucking over the moon. How are you? You all right? How's Forest doing up there?
Mate, no, are you not being harsh on Dyche here, mate?
No. I'm not being harsh enough. I mean, you sit there, he makes a comment after the game, basically throwing all 11 players under the bus. Yet at 2-1 down, he goes, I can smell Bournemouth coming into this game. Yeah, he's got a centre-half on the bench, so he could go 5 at the back. He's got James Garner in midfield who can just control midfield and steady the game down. But no, he doesn't do any more of that. He doesn't do any of that. He brings on fucking Beto. So please, for the love of God, sack this man. Sack this man. And any of your managers, I'll have any of them. Give me any of them.
Really?
Oh, mate, honest to God, I cannot stand him. The comments he makes, the substitutions, the lack of being proactive. I can't even fucking talk. It's just shit. It's just shit. And we're going to Villa in 2 weeks' time. And I am telling you now, Spurs did us 4-0. That could easily be 6. It could easily be 6. We're just toilet, mate. We're just toilet. So, yeah.
How
You know
can
what,
you not blame the players?
Mike, I'm not even an Everton fan. I fucking hate Dyche, so I'm with you, bro.
I just think surely some of the blame has to go on those dumbasses that were on the pitch who couldn't see out 3 minutes plus injury time. Surely, mate, you're being harsh, are you not?
No. Absolutely. So you've got 11 Premier League professionals on that football pitch, and a lot of them had experience. Pickford, Coleman, Decore, the 2 centre-halves, Keane, Tarkowski, they all have experience. They all should be able to see out a game. But the facts were, our 2 central midfielders, Timmy Rabunam and Ladrissa Ghana Guy, was absolutely fucked. Absolutely fucked. So as soon as we conceded the first goal, Bournemouth knew exactly we're just going to play it through the middle and out wide to the channels and just cross into the box. No one could do anything. Mikalenko was caught out because Tim didn't get him back in position. The game should have been seen out before then, and this is no disrespect to Bournemouth, but if Everton actually had a better player in the final third, we would have scored more goals, but we didn't. And yeah, I mean, the players are responsible, but if you are smelling that Bournemouth are going to get back into the game, you make substitutions, you bring on your defensive players and you go backs to the wall, park the bus, full Sean Dyche style, and you see out the game for your first 3 points. He doesn't do it. He bottled it. He's pathetic.
Boys, what do you make of what Mike's saying? John, let's start with you, because obviously you're the one who's put him in this pain. Or Dyche is, I guess. Actually, now that I look at it, there's a little Dyche in him there, Mike, wouldn't you say, man? Has he got a Dyche tribute trim and beard going on today? I don't know.
John's probably his fucking son.
Come on, man. He's going to be the target of Mike's anger, man.
Strays. I've not even barely said a word, and I didn't even watch the fucking match. But from all I've heard, it does just sound like that. Really, Dyche just. It's weird as well when you hear 2-0 up, and then Dyche rejects the opportunity to park the bus. That doesn't sound like Dyche. I don't know what he was thinking, but I mean, yeah, the midfield. If the midfield's knackered, you've got to improve that. I mean, Bournemouth, the changes that thankfully Bournemouth can make is because we've got the depth there is on the wings. The change in wingers made a pretty big difference with Ouattara, and then I think that it sort of forced Cliver into a wider position. Semenyo had an impact as he usually does, and Sinistera came off and obviously got a goal and assist. But it's a Sean Dyche team, and he conceded 3 goals from crosses. Like, Bournemouth are meant to be the team that are weak to balls into the box. We've always struggled at Goodison. I've been to the Goodison Park 3 times. We've lost every time. And part of the reason, particularly under this manager, is we want to press teams high up. And Everton don't wait for you to come onto them. It's going along to Calvert-Lewin, who, from the sounds of things, had a really good game against our centre-backs, bullied them off the ball. But you just couldn't find the back of the net regularly enough, which was Everton's issue last season. If it continues to be one, then obviously that's not going to look very good going, hopefully you'll end up with 3 teams worse than you again if you want to stay up. But it's just that right at the end there, when you needed just to shore things up, just stay deep. I mean, it showed on Match of the Day. For the second goal, you were pushing up, trying to score a third on the 92nd minute. And I just don't understand that one at all.
What are they doing? And then he come out and he said, I was trying to deliver a message to the players. Well, I'll tell you what the message should have been, Sean. It should have been, instead of bringing better one for Calvert-Lewin, who was occupying the centre halves, it maybe should have been on Jake O'Brien for like Dwight McNeil or Timmy Rabuna and go 5 at the back and just be solid and win every single ball that goes into that box with a 6'7" centre half. But no, let's not bother.
Mike, on that note, is there any reason why Jake O'Brien isn't playing?
I want to know that answer. I want to know the answer.
Yeah. There is a genuine reason, and the reason is Sean Dyche is clueless, mate.
It's mad.
He loves Keane. He just absolutely loves Keane, doesn't he?
Mate, Keane should play up front. I mean, he should play up front. Every time he's in the box, Michael Keane looks dangerous. Yet he plays centre half, and he's awful. The one criticism I have is the balls into the box. Seamus Coleman gets nowhere near the deliveries on any of the crosses, and Vitaly Mikalenko loses his man every time, and Tim loses his man for the second goal with Adam, whatever his name is. Lewis Cook. The facts are, Bournemouth, they smelt blood and they beat down. And to be fair to Bournemouth, they walked out of there. The manager was respectful. He come out and he says, look, no disrespect, Everton were the better team. And Everton, for 87 minutes, were absolutely the better team. But when the going got tough and the manager made decisions, their manager outperformed our manager. And the reason he did that is because he made 5 substitutions by the 77th minute and went, right, we're not just going to lose this game lying down. We're going to absolutely go for it. And as soon as I got that first, all you could smell was blood. And we were finished, mate. And I'm telling you now, I'll put it on record. This group of players that Everton have got are more than good enough to stay in this league. But the manager that they've got, he's playing the wrong brand of football that suits these players, and he will send us down the longer he's there.
Jace, do you have any sympathy?
I think it's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. You're blaming Dyche for all of this. How dare you do that? This man has saved you when he was minus how many points was it? Minus what was it, 9 or whatever? I can't remember. I don't even care. But you lot, you got a disgrace. You're disgraceful. Man, listen, for the first 80 minutes, you was playing so well, by the way. Your plays got too cocky, as usual. You got cocky. You all got cocky. You all thought you was going, and you were going for it. That was your problem. And you're blaming Dyche. How can you blame him? This man has saved you. You should be on your knees begging him to stay.
This is the same manager that's got 5 wins since December. He didn't save us, mate. The fans did.
Not only that. To be fair, Jace, you wanted your manager after you won your.
I was going to say this is really rich coming from West Ham fan.
It's different from us because we're a top quality team. We are European champions. We are.
Jake, where are you in the
ones-
league?
We are here. We're a top quality team.
First-
Everton needs
first
to go
division
down.
titles.
Everton are the team that needs. They're just lucky. But because Dyche saved you lot, you're here for another season, and you're blaming him. You should be blaming those players. Those players were disgusting. They got too cocky as usual. Cocky, thinking they was going to go for another one, trying to cheer everyone up, and it's the fans' faults as well. I blame the fans as well.
I was gonna
I blame
say
you,
fans
Everton
of the
fans.
next.
You lot. You're pushing too much, pushing, and look what happens. You get done over, and it's good. That's what
At least we can watch the game for our seats, Jace. You need binoculars, son.
Binoculars. Listen.
Binoculars.
Top of the league soon. Did you
To watch
the way
Solanco.
we played? All right. When you get to our game, I'll tell you how we played. In our game.
We'll get to your game, but does he have a point, Mike? Should you be thankful for Dyche? He kept
No.
you up. What was it, 8 to 10 points last season? Kept you up. Yeah, saved your
With the
blushes
deduction.
from the plucky Luton fans.
Mate, he literally had, right? Ah.
Also, hold on. Snapman John, where would they be if they didn't get those points deducted?
12th. We would have been 12th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
They would have been
pretty
level with
decent.
Bournemouth. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Ancelotti got you to 10th. He got you to 10th, Ancelotti. At
Yeah.
1 point. So you know what I mean? Come on.
We went 14 games without a win last season. Sean Dyche wouldn't have even been in charge in May if we actually had a board that knew what they were doing. And the facts are we've won 5 games since December. So we can sit here and praise Dyche all we want, but he had literally one purple period in November. Other than that, we were fucked. You know, a purple period where we went to West Ham and won. So it's just, it's not good. And I don't think we're going to have another purple period this season unless a new manager comes in. And if Everton had a board of directors, I'm sure he would have been sacked in this period, but he has not, and we therefore will.
Jace, ask him if it'd take your old manager.
I think listen. If you do want to get rid of Dyche, then you got to take Moyes. He'll save you. He
Would you take
the
him?
same
Mike?
football for exactly the same kind of football?
It would be the same kind of football, but you know he'll do the job, won't he?
Right. It's difficult because I have no issue with Dyche, and actually, from a football fan
Dyche?
perspective,
It sounds like you
Dyche.
do, mate.
Nice.
No, Moyes.
He's written free in you, mate.
Honestly, he's killed me. Literally, I wake up and it's just his face.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just John in my bed. Anyway, right. So more specifically, Moyes would be fine. You know, he knows the club, he knows the fans, he gets what it means to be an Everton manager. I get all of that. And actually, the football that Moyes played back in the day wasn't that bad. I remember seeing, you know, Ross Barkley, Kevin Morales, Stephen Pienaar, Mikel Arteta, all in their prime. I've watched some great football at Goodison Park under David Moyes. However, if teams like Bournemouth, Brighton, Wolves, Palace can pick out these managers that seemingly are fairly unheard of with European quality, they turn the team into exciting, progressive football, then why can't Everton go and find one of those managers and still stay in the Premier League? Because we actually have the players to play that brand of football. You know, no Bournemouth fan. No. You say that, but
you don't know. Your morale of your team is just so low. It is. To be honest, you need to get rid of most of those players. To be honest,
we can say
Roy
that.
Hudson's free.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Gareth Southgate. You could go for Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate.
Nah,
would be good for
the facts
I don't
are
think he's that desperate.
Everton played good football. We played really well for 85 minutes. And yeah, credit to some of that goes to Dyche, no doubt about it. But he also played players that are exciting to watch. Timo Rabunen, Lilliman and Dyche. Both of those players were fantastic. And I think if you bring in a more attacking-minded manager, I think you get the best out of the rest of the squad.
How can you
The
say
fact
attacking?
is that there's got to be more exciting, dynamic managers available on the continent than employing this fucking dinosaur who produce a football of the most disgusting level. But I have a question for Mike. You know that I believe that there are still quite a few deluded Manchester United fans who actually still support Ten Hag. I know it's hard to believe, but from what I understand, there are still a lot of Man U fans who believe in Ten Hag. Are there any Everton fans that still believe in Dyche?
I'd say it's like maybe, I don't know, 1 in 5, 1 in 6.
That many?
There was
high?
20%.
There was a poll on Twitter, so I'm sort of going by that, and I think it was 85% wanted to sack him and 15% wanted to keep him. So I'm just doing some quick maths there. But the facts are, this football team has had so many different philosophies, so many different types of football in the 9 or 8 year ownership of Farhad Moshiri. It's gone through Marco Silva, Carlo Ancelotti, Martinez at the start. It's now out on, it's been through Sam Allardyce. It's then been through, well, it's just been through all sorts. Lampard works. It's very shotgun. There's lots of changes, but the simple fact of the matter is, you've got a group of players that Calvert-Lewin before Dyche come in. Yes, he was a person that could hold the ball up, but he was actually a player that could play off the shoulder and run through the channels. I don't see that anymore. I see a player that tries to hold the ball up. I don't see anyone ever trying to break the line. I don't see balls going into the box enough. I don't see players trying to be aggressive enough to win the second ball, apart from the first period of time that we've seen it this season and actually last season in this game. And even then, when the manager's got something right, which was he set up the team well, he made the right decisions in terms of the playing staff, he then goes and fucks it up by not making the substitutions that are going to see out the game and not giving clear instructions to the players. Now, I'm not saying the players are not responsible, but I think you can give Everton probably 17 of the other 19 Premier League managers in the league.
Steve Cooper.
And they would go, if our backs are against the wall, just bring a centre-half on. Keep the man on the pitch that is keeping the ball at the top end of the pitch, which was Ndiaye and Calvert-Lewin. And he takes them both off. I just think it's absolutely scandalous. And it's fine for fans and Sky and TalkSport I was listening to today, all saying that it's very reactionary. It's 3 games in. But the facts are, he wouldn't be in charge now if there was a board in place to sack him. He wouldn't have gone 17 or 14 or 15 games, whatever it was, without a win, because he would have been sacked at the end of it. He wouldn't have won 5 games since December because he would have been sacked at the end of it. The facts are, this football team under Dyche is going backwards, and I appreciate he kept us up, but I think the fans deserve a massive amount of credit for that. Going to the stadium, the flares, the showing, the coaching, the banners, the passion, the singing, the everything we did was to try and keep this team in the league. And I'm sorry, Sean Dyche, as much credit as he can get for making us difficult to beat last season, we've conceded 10 goals in 3 games this season with a very different Everton, and he's fucking it up.
You know what's going to happen, don't you, Mike? I see a lot of parallels, obviously, with Cooper with this. When we first came up, he tried to play some sort of attacking football. We were getting hammered every week. So then he went ultra defensive. And because we actually managed to shore it up, that's the way he stayed. And I can see exactly the same thing happening with Dyche. He'll go back to his more regressive kind of football and just try and win games 1-0. That's what's going to happen. And
it was the first thing. It was the first thing he did. So, we went into this season and we didn't have a great pre-season. But the 2 games we played prior to that was we played Preston and beat them 3-0, and we drew 1-1 with Roma. And the game against Roma, we actually made substitutions in the second half where we were playing attacking, free-flowing, exciting football. The week after, we were at home to Brighton, and he reverts to the same team that started last season, the same team that, by the way, lost, and the same team that couldn't attack anything. So he reverted to type straight away. And we sat there. I will not forget my reaction. I looked at the team sheet for the first game of the season, bearing in mind we made 5 decent signings, and he didn't start any of them. And I sat there and thought, you've literally just put a pin in that balloon that we carried through from a very good performance against a decent Roma team.
The Sheffield United boy looked decent. What's his name? The striker. The one you got
Ndai.
from France.
Lindemann
Ndai.
and
Ndai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked good. Let me just catch up with the super chats. We've got $4.99 here from Matt. Thank you so much, Matt. He says, to be fair, Dyche did wrong, but subs players were dying. Nuno was just as bad on Saturday using subs too late, and it's not at all. Great to see Beat the Drop back. Thank you so much, Matt, for that. Stoned Roses with the 5 Swiss francs says, beat the drop, beat the Dyche, more like John 3:16. Thank you so much, mate. And Wazza with the £2 says, Wolves and Everton can't go down, dudes. They are Premier League. We will see on that one. I want to bring in the other Mike. Just are you sensing joy, or do you feel for your fellow namesake on what you're seeing here? Is this giving you hope? Because everyone said, well, most of the pundits were saying 3 up, 3 down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at Everton, Mike, saying, let me drink more of those tears? Or do you feel a little sympathy?
No, absolutely. Well, we're certainly looking for cracks in the established Premier League side, shall we say? I mean, looking at if there's going to be 3 teams worse than us, it's I'm struggling to see it at the moment, if I'm completely honest. But I think we're currently our own worst enemy the way we're playing. Very dangerous football out from the back and just really, really silly errors. And I think also we're kind of giving those players who deserve to be playing in the Premier League after the season they had last season probably a little bit too much time. So I think after the international break we'll see some changes, with the new players that have come in. But yeah, I'm struggling to. I'll be honest with you, I was hoping to see a slightly weakened Forest come to St Mary's last week, but credit where it's due. You guys are a lot better than you were last time you came to St Mary's. So,
I mean, that ain't hard, Mike. That ain't hard. That ain't hard.
But that's what I'm looking at now. I mean, the Premier League we've only been out of it for 1 season, but it just feels like the standard is just suddenly stepped up. And now it's just like, I mean, that few seasons before we got relegated, there were like clubs coming up and in and around it. But they're always just like, well, we'll be all right because those 3 will go down. But that's not the case anymore. It feels a little bit precarious. So certainly Everton, Mike, is filling me with a little bit of hope that maybe Dyche will remain, and there might be a little bit of hope for me.
So an outsider looking in, obviously putting your Southampton goggles on, Mike, you're saying keep Dyche, yeah?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. It will make great TV, if nothing.
Exactly. And that must piss you off more, Mike, because always, for me, when it comes to managers, always trust your opponent's view on your manager more so than your own fan base. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, like, that just probably vindicates your thought process, Mike, that Dyche needs to go. However, you are a hypocrite because you didn't want to flip-flop a match ago, and now you're like, Dyche out. So which is it?
Well, yeah, so this is... You get to the point where it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And that was the straw. Look, fans are fickle. We're all fickle. We've all been there. We've all gone, we want David Moyes out, and he ends up winning you a European Cup. You know, we've all been there. We've all done it. However...
Yeah, true. Jace is the biggest two-faced motherfucker.
No, and I'm not digging out Jace, although swallow that.
No, and I've got to admit, after the Bournemouth game, I wanted Nuno out. So
hold that. But no, realistically, I've just had enough. And the more you look into the stats, the more you look into the games, the more you look into the profile of where Everton Football Club are. They're not attractive for players to sign. We saw that in the transfer window. Deadline day, we were linked with wingers. No one wanted to join Everton from that perspective. We're not progressing. We're not going forward. And look, we don't have a board. We don't have an owner. So no one is going to sack Sean Dyche. But he needs sacking. So it's a frustrating conundrum to be in where he physically can't be sacked, but you want him sacked. And equally, the other issue is Sean Dyche is now having pops at fans. He's having pops at players. Yeah. And you sit there and you think, if you're trying to keep this fan base united and together, you're literally going about it the wrong way. And he made another comment about Everton prior to him coming to the club. He's been the manager for 20 months. This is his team at this point. This is his philosophy. This is his long ball tactics, and then hoping that Lilliman and Dyche can just pick it up on a turn and carry the ball 50 yards time and time again, just to get him out of jail. But the facts are, he doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have a clue. Lilliman and Dyche was here for Brighton, didn't start him. Lilliman and Dyche was here for Tottenham, didn't start him. Lilliman and Dyche was here for Bournemouth. He was the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. It speaks volumes. He doesn't have a clue.
How long's his contract?
Got a lovely
Mike?
stadium, though, Mike.
For the Championship.
Go on, Mike. Everton.
How long's his contract? Dyche's contract?
He's got 9 months left.
Oh, okay.
That's not that long then.
Yeah. So
It's
you
too
might
long.
want to go on a summer holiday now.
enough
She's just
to
going to
see him
dig out
go down.
fans and.
It's enough to send us down. Look, I still think there is 3 worse teams than Everton. I do. I really believe that.
Name them.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I do think Southampton are worse than Everton.
How have you
I
come
do-
to that conclusion after the first 3 games? How dare you?
I do think Southampton are worse than Everton. I don't feel like I've seen a lot apart from grit and determination from Leicester, which I think will fall apart at some point.
And they got Cooper.
And they got a
Cooper.
10-point deduction incoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also am not absolutely completely sold with Wolves either. So I just think there's 3 teams there that potentially are worse than Everton. Do not get me wrong, Everton are in the mix. I'm not sitting there pretending we're not. We are absolutely.
Ipswich.
Oh, I mean, and Ipswich, but I feel like they did some really good business, and as soon as they start clicking, they've got the players to keep them up. They have done some good.
They've still got too many players that haven't got Premier League quality. That's the problem with Ipswich.
What about Palace? Are Palace in the mix?
Nah.
Because freaking Wonderboy down here, Rich, right? Coming on last season, puffing his chest. Oh, look at Glasner. Glasner. We love you, Glasner, yeah?
This is
all's
why
said
I
and
know
done-
your footballing knowledge is in the bin.
When
Get out
all
of
is
here.
said and
We had
done-
7 players go to European Cup finals. None of them won, by the way. So they've obviously joined us late. We've had Chet Decore just coming back from fit. No, to be fair, we've had terrible results, but the performances haven't been too bad. Well, they've been great.
You're a one-man
Play.
team.
You got transfers to come in as well, haven't you? That haven't
we've
played.
got
Your new
4
transfers to come in as
players
well.
to come in, and yeah, it'll come good for us. So don't do that, please.
You're a one-man team. Admit it. You lost as Elise. You're in trouble. Admit it. You lost to Brentford, man. Come on.
And did you watch the game?
Yes.
My point exactly. Referee blows his whistle for some reason. Don't ask me why. Like Eze's goes completely. Look, and that's what I
That
said.
was a brilliant goal.
Excuses.
Our
fuming.
defending for the
fuming.
first 2 games have been terrible, especially in transition, dealing with like the pace in attack. Happened against West Ham. I thought that West Ham game was a poor game from both sides. They just took their chances, and that's pretty much what summed up our.
But
first
you
2
played
games.
West Ham. Oh, you 2 have played, haven't you? Oh, they beat you 2-0. They beat you 2. You lost to West Ham, and you didn't used to lose to them. I remember you coming on here blowing bubbles. In fact, Jace, you must have receipts that need cashing in. Do you remember that episode where he sat there blowing his bubble machine at you, Jace? And you sat there and you took it and you promised him redemption.
But hold
I'll
on.
stay
The
out of
difference
this.
was I didn't come on any stream and say it's only Palace. We're gonna beat them. So we deserved what he got at the time. But I don't know what Jace's thoughts was about the Palace game, but like I said, for me, I just thought both teams were rubbish. Antonio should have scored 2 goals in like the first 10 minutes, and then we've missed Edouard. Oh my! I'm so glad he's gone. By the way, he's missed a
Eze had
Ed's
2
missed a
chances,
chance.
didn't he?
Yeah, and then he's hit the crossbar, and literally it was just the fact that West Ham took their chances. That was literally it. You know,
You agree with that, Jace?
it means
I
nothing if you
actually
don't
agree with
put the
it.
ball
I
back
actually
in the net.
first
So-
time I agree with Rich on that. To be honest, we were still trying to gel. Our team was still trying to gel with each other and stuff like that. We've had a few international players coming in late as well, so yeah, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? To be honest, and
I must
we
say,
both played
Wan-Bissaka
terribly.
changed the game. By the way,
It's good signing, I think,
absolutely
for Palace.
changed the game when he came.
Really
against
good
us.
signing.
Yeah,
I
he
like
was brilliant. He
Wan-Bissaka.
is. Absolutely.
Did that
For
did that
15
hurt a
million
little?
quid, that's the steal of the century.
Bargain, mate. Bargain.
Does that
Bargain.
hurt a little, Rich, seeing that you know he's your boy?
Yeah, I mean, we would have taken him back with open arms, to be honest.
You know what I don't get with Palace is where is their money? They've been in this Premier League.
Please,
for so
please
long.
don't. No, I've just
It's
recovered
like
from
where,
ranting
when
about
are
this
you actually
time
going
and
to spend
time
money?
again.
Like when
Oh,
are you going to
please
do
don't.
anything? Because it's the same
Show me
thing
the
every
money.
season.
We're not all right. It's not what you're happy about. We're not going to do
I don't,
anything.
yeah, but
We
I don't
never
understand
spend.
why not, though. You have the money. Oh, well,
Honestly,
I suppose
I
you
have-
bought Eddie and Ketia. You did buy Ketia. I
We did.
admit that. All right.
To be
What a
honest,
shit signing that is, man.
absolutely. Don't worry.
What
We have
a
spent a
shite
bit this
signing.
summer, but every season is either we spend too late. You know, we've had to leave it to the last day again. You know, it's just poor planning from our board. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a part of it is this whole faffing about with John Textor as well. You know, he wants to
Here
have
we
a bit
are.
more say.
Blaming
What's-
Everton again. Here we go.
I didn't mention your name. That's a
You
main
did
character
technically.
complex there.
No, you did technically mention him. Yeah, invertedly.
No, but Textor basically, look, he wanted to inject money into Palace, but he also wanted to have a big say, and Parish wouldn't give him that, so he stopped putting money in. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So now we've gone back to the whole we need to sell to buy model, which is a bit annoying, you know. Look, Elise is a
You
massive
kept
loss.
Guehi, though. You kept Guehi, which was a brilliant
Oh,
keep.
that was incredible.
No one expected
the
that.
Newcastle fans. I
I
love
think he'll go
it.
January, though. I think he'll go January.
Yeah, he
That's
could
fine.
do. Yeah.
But he
Slightly
deserves
cheaper.
better
Yeah,
than
but-
Newcastle.
Do you know what people keep forgetting about these England's internationals? They came back literally a week before the season
Literally,
started.
yeah.
It's you know, like for Crystal Palace, him coming back and being fully fit will be a massive
gonna-
boost for them. They have looked weaker at the back. There's no getting around it. But I honestly think Palace are going to be absolutely fine. They've got more than enough firepower and quality.
And you made that point, Mike. Granted, obviously, I know some of the players didn't play, but we had Henderson, Wharton, Gay, Eze, Lerma, and Munoz both made the Copa America final, and Mateta was in the Olympics. So that's 7 first teamers who weren't match fit.
Yeah, but technically they're super fit, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've been
And
playing
you're telling me
constantly.
footballers can't play once a week now, and they're
Yeah,
getting paid
true,
over
innit?
100 grand? Shut up, man.
Your team
Look,
should be flying high then, really, because it's super fit team. Actually.
Exactly. But let's talk about some of your shitty signings. All these sloppy seconds you're taking from Forest. You had Henderson as a sloppy second. Yeah.
Oh.
And Ketia.
You know what? I was at the
What?
bridge yesterday, and obviously Henderson had that collision with Munoz, and he was down, and I was like, "Crap, we've just sold Sam Johnston."
You got
Matt Turner's there, though. Matt Turner's there.
What were you thinking? What are you thinking? And tell him about Matt Turner, because I don't know if he believes me or not.
I tell you what, Rich, we cannot believe that another professional football club, never mind Premier League, I'm talking professional football club, has
EFL,
actually taken
whatever.
Matt Turner offers. We're staggered. He's literally the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen.
Yes,
And
I
we've
know-
seen
I
some
know
shit.
this.
We've seen some
I
shit.
know this. Yes, I know this. I'm just happy it's just a loan.
but what if he
Henderson
plays?
can't get injured. He just can't get injured. We're in
Do you like
trouble.
wheel him out after the
Fucking
match
street
at
parties,
Selhurst
we did,
Pass?
when we got rid of him.
But he's
Oh,
so
man.
injury prone, Rich. Like Henderson only played half a season for Forest, mate. You need to worry. You need to worry, mate.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, he was
See the
brilliant yesterday, though. He was
Is
Yeah.
that
brilliant.
bad? Is that bad, Rich? That we've not even bothered replacing him. Seriously, we've not even bought a goalkeeper in to replace him. That's how bad he is.
That's why you signed two goalkeepers. You replaced them anyway.
They're already there. They're
Not
already
since
there.
Turner's left. We haven't signed a goalkeeper since Turner.
Can we,
So,
can I just get a quick intel on Oriol Mangala as well, by the way? You know, like,
oh man, you are so.
Oh,
lucky,
yeah, you're
man.
asking the wrong man. Go on, then.
I'll take this one, mate. Honestly, no bullshit, Mike. He is fucking brilliant. I love that guy. I had so many rows with people on our channel because they were saying, "Oh, look at the money we've got. Look at the money." And I said, "I don't give a shit how much money we've got. We've lost a quality player. He's going to transform your teammate. Honestly, I forgot you got him. He will transform your team. Transform your team in midfield. He is brilliant.
He fucking needs to be fair to him.
It's pre-planning. Notice how these Leon boys are getting linked.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly there, isn't it? One of our under-18 signings went to Leon. We signed Jacob O'Brien. We signed Mangala. And I think we went in for their winger as well, or someone. This John Textor thing is definitely happening in the background. To be fair.
By the way, Leon is every Forest fan's favourite other team now. They are our state. We love Leon. They paid 20 odd million for Mangala, 27 million for
Niakate.
Niakate. Another one of my favourite players, by the way. I forgot his name. So they took those two players off us and literally sold our PSR. So we love Leon. But you've got to crack. There is something dodgy going on because they've only just bought him, for God's sake. And he had a really good season. And then they let him go. How much do you get him for? Or is he on loan, isn't he?
He's on loan with a £40 million option, I think.
The chat love him. The chat love him. Let's bring Statman Johnny. You've been sitting there quietly taking your notes, Johnny boy. Yeah. How are you feeling about the season, mate? Because up until 2 minutes to go against Everton, you were looking like it was no dubs by Bournemouth. You nicked your striker that we were after. How's he been?
I mean, he's still got to get himself used to some of the things that Iraola wants from the pressing system, but it's been encouraging. We managed to make the biggest sale of the summer in the Premier League in selling Solanke for 65.
Solanco, sorry, Jason says Solanco.
Apologies, Solanco for 50 for 57, probably going to hit 65 million quid. And then, I think we've spent pretty wisely to get stuff back in. But losing Solanke did just sort of like, a lot of fans, I think, were going like, maybe push for a top half finish. And then Solanke goes and it's like, let's dial that back a bit. And then we were a bit lucky. I think it depends on, because I've seen some Bournemouth fans that we could have done better against Forest. And I think we were certainly lucky to get a point. I think much as we had some good chances, I think a draw was slightly generous to Bournemouth. I think it was a little bit more even than I remember it, but I was frustrated with how we performed in that game, but we didn't have a central striker and it just did not work for me at all. We play against Newcastle and we get robbed because of
you didn't.
The
No, you
VAR
didn't.
decision.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
You didn't.
Because it wasn't conclusive.
John, I'm sorry, but your fan base is a bunch of crybaby twats, man. They've complained.
I'm sorry, coming from the
game. No, yeah, coming from a Forest fan. From a Forest fan. They're a bunch of crybabies.
Warning that the VAR was what was it? What fan?
A Luton fan, which is factually correct. Yeah.
Fan.
Wait, you're not factually correct.
To point stuff out, John. Just because we got the balls to point stuff out, that's wrong.
I'm sorry, but a club putting that out is a fan saying it's
your
one
fans
thing.
have been crying about every match this season.
They've changed the fucking rules, haven't they? They've changed the rules this season. They now have to declare.
Rich, can I?
What? Oh, nothing to declare.
Can you pass me the popcorn, Rich? Can you pass me the popcorn?
No, I've got to have this out with John. Right? They complained on social media that your VAR was not offside against Forest. I mean, what the actual hell?
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That was offside.
Agreed.
That was offside.
You cried about it not being handball. It was handball. Yeah.
It wasn't clear though, was it?
It was inconclusive. You can't overturn something.
It wasn't conclusive. There was one angle, and you really can't tell that well because you're going off kind of where the shirt is hanging. But shirt can be up here, shirt can be down there. It wasn't conclusive. If there was a second angle, because I think that in all likelihood, if you'd got a different angle, you'd be able to compare the two. If I'd been able to look at that and go, that is just about far enough where I'm going to go, fair cop, it's a handball. But with one angle where you really can't tell if it's his shoulder or not, and with the force that the ball flies away from him, you come on, we've played football. You can't, this part of your arm, the ball doesn't fly off in that kind of speed if it hits your upper arm. It does if it hits your shoulder. if there had been a second angle, I would have held my hands up and gone fair cop. But it just wasn't conclusive, and that's the
Brian.
frustrating thing. That's all I'm saying is that it wasn't
Yeah,
conclusive.
but John-
It could have been, but it wasn't conclusive, and that's why it's frustrating. And then we play West Ham in the cup, and we get done by another handball because there's no VAR was given.
So you're moaning
wasn't
about
given.
VAR, and then when West Ham get a legitimate goal, you're crying because you want VAR. I mean, seriously.
Fuck off.
Seriously, what do you want?
You haven't even seen the goal, have you?
I have
You
seen the
haven't
goal.
even
Jace,
seen
was
the
there a
goal.
handball or not, Jace? From
No,
your
Jace.
Definitely
from your
wasn't.
neutral eyes.
Don't bite, John. He's winding you up. Don't bite.
I know he is. Don't worry, Mark. I'm doing it for the story.
No, seriously, Jace, did you think that was handball on Bowen?
No, absolutely not a handball at all. It was pure. It was a goal. It was definitely
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a shoulder.
right.
It was a shoulder, wasn't it, Jace?
a shoulder. Yeah, shoulder.
It
Nowhere
was
near
ball
it.
to hand. It was ball to hand. So you're doing all right, and you're still moaning. That's what I don't get about the
Oh, I
Bournemouth stuff.
remember now. Granddad's memory's kicking in. That should have been a goal. 100% should have been a goal.
Which one? Which one you woken up to?
The pretend handball one. There's no way was that handball.
Which one are you talking about? The West Ham or the
Newcastle.
Newcastle?
West Ham or Newcastle?
West Ham. West Ham.
Yeah, of course, sure.
So you're saying it was a goal? Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah,
was, yeah.
lovely stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, in the end, we're still unbeaten. We've got to play Chelsea at home, which is looking like it's going to be a more difficult game than I thought at first. And then we'll go to Liverpool away. So I'm sure you'll have fun when you see the skulls flying in when we go to Liverpool. And
Don't worry,
lose
mate. We've got them next
4-0 or
away.
something.
We got 'em next.
Oh, cool. Wallow in the same shame. But
Yeah.
I think generally for the season, things are looking more positive than I thought it was going to be, considering we lost Solanke. But yeah,
I definitely think you're going to do well this season.
yeah,
Bournemouth. I think
I'm
you're really going to
confident.
go for it. I think this season.
Well, let's talk about your boys, Jace. Right?
Oh.
You wanted Moyes out, yeah,
Oh.
and then you pretended you were Moyes in when he won the IKEA Cup. Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah. You even admitted you were still closet Moyes out. You just didn't have the balls to say it publicly,
you
right?
just say it, didn't you? It's true.
Hey, Chase, did
One
you
of
ever
those
get did you ever get the lampshade from?
Oh yeah, I owe you a
Liverpool?
lampshade. Send me your
yeah,
address.
yeah, lampshade. Yeah, you do, don't you?
Just send me your address. I'll get it for you. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Congratulations. But
Right.
Jace, you've now got Lopetegui, the Wolves reject.
I'll tell you what. Poetry in motion. I was watching that game against Man City, right? I had tears down my eyes watching that game because
What?
the football we played was brilliant. We were outstanding because Man City was a better team, obviously, and they're just so dominant in the world. You just we was just amazing. I cannot thank enough our board, the person that is bringing all these players in, Tim Stryden. The man is a genius. Bringing in J-Lo has changed the game for us. I've seen what I saw in
J-Lo?
that game. What I saw in that game was the difference, was pure class. He changed players around. He was changing the system around. He was doing everything that we was begging Moyes to do, and he never did. It was just wonderful to watch, and I cannot thank the whole of every. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Jace, did you just call him J-Lo?
Yeah, can we rewind on
Yeah,
that?
J-Lo.
He really did.
Can I just
He
get
really
clarification on that?
We call him
Who the
J-Lo.
fuck's
Yeah.
J-Lo?
Is there a song?
I mean, I know
Got
J-Lo.
By the right stand,
Lopetegui.
Yeah, I know J-Lo. But
Lopetegui.
Yes.
Oh, that's Lopetegui. I don't like that guy. He's shit.
Listen, I'm not going to listen
He's
to Forest
negative,
fans.
boring
Who
crap
gives a shit
manager.
about Forest
He
fans?
gets too excited on the line, and West Ham will sack him before the end of the season.
I really
telling you now,
don't see Lopetegui
J-Lo is
lasting that
the
long
one
at
for
West Ham.
us.
No,
He
won't last.
Beautiful.
It's rubbish.
Beautiful,
He won't last.
beautiful.
So Jace, with
John,
all this,
if that man John would get the stats up right in that game,
he'll spend all the money and leave.
Brilliant. We was brilliant. It was just Man City were better.
I've watched that game and I don't remember it, Chase. I'm not being funny with you, but I
32%
remember
possession and 32% possession. Okay.
Yeah.
10 shots from West Ham to Man City's
Wonderful.
23.
There's
Big chances
three
created, 1. Yeah. Do I want to
Good
go on
find.
XG? Let's give you the XG. Where's the XG?
You didn't watch the game,
0.73.
obviously, you didn't watch the game. You were obviously watching your
I
little
did,
highlight.
and
of
all I
Nottingham Forest or
remember is
whatever.
Man City being imperious and just basically playing with you until the end of the game. That's what I remember.
They even gave you a goal. They even literally scored. You had no one in the box, and they gave you a goal.
What I've seen so far, we're building something here. It takes time, right? It takes time, and we're gonna be dominant. We are. We're going. The only way is up for us. It is.
You're
Well, it is in
deluded.
your position, yeah.
The only way.
Yeah.
And when I see you lot all down there, all scrapping, maybe not.
What
Bournemouth,
position are you,
maybe
Jace?
not
What
Have you got
position
the
are you?
table up?
I've got
I've got the
respect.
table up.
I've got
I've got
respect.
the table. What position are you,
Yeah,
Jace?
thanks, Wolvie. Get the table up.
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah,
the
yeah.
table.
Listen, don't
No,
worry
don't
about
worry.
that. It's only how many
Don't-
games
no,
have been
it's
in?
fine.
Played 3 games it is, or whatever.
Fucking jog on, you lot.
I'm sorry. It isn't Mike. You're exempt
Mike, you
from
know,
this
don't
one,
need to see
Mike.
that.
At the end of this
Don't need to see
season,
that.
we're gonna
No,
be
no,
like-
you're
9 o'clock
exempt
yet.
from this one, Mike. Right? But Jace starting to chat. Let's chat then, Jace. Go on then. Talk us through this table.
I can't see it. I need glasses. I can't see.
All right, there you go.
Press
Is
it
that
up.
big enough for you?
Go down.
Right, hold on. I've
That's fair
lost it
enough.
now.
That's fair enough.
Oh, you see, look, you can't even
But
get
if
it
it's
right.
a-
You can't even get it right because you're
Hold
just
on.
useless, like Forest.
Hold on. All right, there you go. Well, what do you want to see here? All right, let's start
What
from
do
the
you
top.
want- what do you want here? What do you want me to see?
I want to know where West Ham are.
Tell me, just tell me where it is because it's.
Well, that's
it's
the top
international
10. Can you
break
show me
now.
which emblem is yours?
It's international break? It don't matter about that. Listen, we played Man City. Of course, we're going to lose. You're all going to lose against Man
Oh,
City.
look, there you are. Let's have a look at the bottom half of the table.
You're all gonna
13th.
lose anyway.
No, it's no one wants to see
13th.
that.
Played 3, won
You
1,
know
lost
deep
2.
down in your hearts that we are going to beat all of you. All right,
Jace, shut up
You
and tell
know
us.
deep down we are going to be the top of this.
Jace,
Don't worry.
you've played 3 and lost 2.
So yeah, Villa and Man City.
You idiots have been talking about Champions League in some cases. Some bold ass
Listen,
friend of yours.
Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't say Champions League.
What
I'm
did you
just-
say? What did you say?
I said top 8. I said top 8. We've got to get back in our beloved.
All right, well, you're
Champions League.
13th, so how's that working out for you?
Oh, 3 games in. Oh, let's panic station. Yeah,
Jace, you know when you say top 8, you mean 8th?
yeah, top 1 to 8. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, does it? You know what I mean?
Well, a little bit.
Innit?
A little bit.
Does anyone here rate J-Lo then? Just, I can't not call him J-Lo now. Is there anyone who thinks J-Lo is going to do a good job?
There's
Chat
only
what you
one
say.
decent J-Lo, and I think we
What
all
was
know
that
which one it
geezer? What was
is.
the geezer that used to be the Falls fan? That guy, I can't remember his name. He was banging on about him, how great he was. Banging
And then
on
they
about
got rid
how
of him.
great
Sacked him.
J-Lo was. And he was right.
Then they sacked him.
Yeah.
Didn't he walk out on them as well?
Yeah,
Didn't
he
he snake
kinda
them?
walked out.
Yeah.
Really.
They fell out, bless them. But that
Yeah.
normally means they're both, you know.
Well, the reason, if I remember correctly, that he left is because Wolves weren't prepared to buy the players that he wanted.
Yeah.
They didn't have the
Yeah.
money.
No,
so
I
the
think
difference
we
is
do-
that
I think
we-
the
West
reason
Ham can be
he
a sugar
left,
daddy and
Bound
bring in
by
all the players
FFP.
that he wants. But
I think the reason he
West
left is
Ham will
because
do
he's an
decently, but-
argumentative twat. That's why that's the reason he left.
But I just can't get over J-Lo. I'm sorry, I can't. Let us not forget, though, fallen soldiers. You okay, hun? You okay? Let's all salute the championship. Yes. The mics say hi, Jimmy. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well, bro.
No,
Let me
Um,
speak
and-
from experience, though, because anyone that's just been relegated doesn't want to come back on this show just after being relegated. It's the most depressing thing ever. So, Jimmy,
That's fair.
seriously, you're good, mate. Have a beer. Sit tight.
Jessica, thank you for the £2. Evening all. She says sorry she's late. No apology needed. These lot were late anyway. All right, let's finish up with some predictions here. Right. Sorry, Mike. Let's kick it off with you. We're 3 games in. We're into the crappy international break. Chat, play along as well. Who's going down? Who is your bottom 3 now? Go on, Mike.
Oh, wow. Okay. Straight to it.
We're jumping straight in, man. We ain't going to mince our words here.
No foreplay, no drinks offer. Okay. I'm going to go, Leicester, due to the points deduction. I think that's a fairly obvious one.
You got on bottom.
Yes. I also think Ipswich And I've got to say someone else because we're going to sneak 17th when we get things right. So I'm going to say it was Brentford last week. This week it's Wolves.
Wolves. Not Everton.
No. I think annoyingly they're going to be okay.
Mike, have you got points deduction looming this year?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Seriously?
Okay. Really?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike. If that's true.
We have. Yeah, we got a little one just to do with the stadium costs, but let's skip over that. Let's skip over that. You know, magical Sean Dyche kept us up last season. You know, blah 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 blah.
If it's less than
we have. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Do you want me to go next? By the way.
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Bournemouth finished bottom. All right, bottom.
I will take that.
Tell us how you really feel, Mike, please.
They finished bottom with 5 points. Right.
Here we go. Leicester, United. Yeah.
Leicester, Southampton, and
dude, I'm right here.
It's Wolves or Ipswich, and I'm going to go Wolves.
Wait, you putting 4 down. Wolves, Leicester,
Bournemouth aren't really going to go down, unfortunately. They won't. They'll be annoying. Do you know what the frustrating thing is with Bournemouth? And I'm not going to keep harping on about this, but every single time we play Bournemouth, there's always like a fantastic game. So like a few years ago, there was a 3-3 and it was like we were 2-0 up and it was 3-2. Then I think we equalised last minute, blah, blah, blah. There's always a good game of football. Well. Yep, 6-3. There's always a great game with Bournemouth. Unfortunately, we were on the wrong end of it this time. So I really hope we absolutely twat every single person in that stadium feels the pain, the wrath of Everton Football Club when we come down to Bournemouth and twat you 8-0.
Mike, I think Forest's record against Bournemouth is something like 1 win in 13 or something stupid.
We ain't beat him since 2015, mate. They're just twat.
Bournemouth killers every fucking time. They got no disrespect or offense, John. They got a shitty little stadium with a crappy football team. But we are the mighty Nottingham Forest, but they fucking beat us. They just keep beating us. They won't let us win.
They're just so annoying. They like that log that won't flush, man. Honestly, it's not even a big log. It's just that little one. That little one that comes back, man. Like their stadium keeps coming back. Just flush. My God.
I got 16 plus away. Can't even get a ticket.
And we have a lot of respect for your team, honest.
I do not. Rich, what are you saying then? Palace down and who else? Now you've lost Elise.
Mike, how much is your points deduction? Potentially.
About 3 points, we think.
That'll be fine.
You get away with
Look at him, he's getting a calculator out. That will mean Everton are on this many points.
Everton's on the up and up. Dun, 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 dun.
They're making progress because they're getting less points deduction this season than they got last season. And that's progress.
True. +5.
Leicester, Southampton, Wolves.
Leicester, Southampton, Wolves.
Few for Wolves, yeah.
So you think Ipswich stay out? I was just trying to do the maths on who you thinks that. Why is everyone trying to turn Ipswich into the Luton of last year? I don't get it. Where are you going with this, Rich?
I just think it will click. Like McKenna will get it right at some point. And I think the whole fairy tale thing with Gary O'Neill's run its course.
He is a PE teacher. I'm sorry, he is. They're another team that pissing me off, by the way. They're stupid.
He's a very animated PE teacher. My God.
I don't
know what he had up his nose before that game, but he never stopped jumping about. I can tell you that.
All right, go on then, Jace. You're somewhat neutral in your mind because you think you're top 8.
Man City's going down.
Good call. Everyone applaud that one. Trap. First time Jace has ever spoken sense. Love it.
Man City. Yeah, I think Leicester. I can see Southampton. I don't believe in Russell Martin. I think he's a bit of a con artist. I think so. I do think he's going to go. I think they're going to go down. Yeah.
So Man City, Leicester, and Southampton.
Yeah.
Do you really think Man City won't get the brown envelopes out, Jace?
No, they'll pay it off, won't they? They'll get like a silly £20 million fine or something, won't they? And then they'll brush it under the carpet, won't it? Really? So
if they avoid it, are you saying if they avoid it?
Yeah, it probably won't happen. To be honest, points deduction for them. It's too costly for the Premier League, isn't it? With them going down.
So who would be your Man City replacement?
I think Nottingham Forest. I think.
You know what? I was just about to say it makes such a change not to have Forest on here being tipped to go down. I was literally.
Yeah, I could see Forest going down this season.
No,
I think their time is up now. To be honest, I think
Jace, you're a liar. I love you, mate, but you're a liar. You don't.
You've had a laugh.
No, you're just doing that. You're just doing that to trigger the chat now. You don't believe that. I know you don't.
I don't believe it. I seriously don't.
Oh, that's easy to convince.
I'm begging Everton go down. I want Everton to go down, but they're not going to go down. So Ipswich, yeah, give it to Ipswich. Ipswich will go down.
So after all your crying, Mike, you didn't even put Everton to go down. I assume your predictions are Dyche is still there.
No, I do think at some point Everton will have new owners, which means they'll sack Dyche and stay up. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. And plus, we've got fantastic Brozier coming in as well. Mangala, we've got some great players. Jake O'Brien. We're going to be sound. We're sound.
Oh, okay. Who did that medical for Armando Brozier? Was going like.
Is it true they believe? Is it true, Mike? Actually, I need to know this answer. Is it true you relied on Chelsea's medical examination for him to be passed? Was that true?
He, as far as I understood, he didn't actually have a medical. We just signed him on loan and agreed to it.
I can believe that.
Signed him on hope.
Fuck me, man.
Is it just wages, or are you paying a loan fee?
No, so we don't pay his wages because he's injured at the minute. So I think he's injured until October, and then after that we pay his wages.
What kind of deal is that?
It's a great deal. It's a great deal for another left-sided attacker. We've only got 4 of them, so who cares?
I suppose he didn't get
not
that
right when he's fit. Let's be honest.
It's the sketchiest deal ever.
I think he's sensational footballer, man. He's sensational.
Good for you.
Mike, just out of interest, did you think he was any good at Southampton?
He was good at Southampton.
I thought he was great at Southampton. I tipped him for great things.
How many goals did he score?
You put him on the spot bit there, man.
Yeah.
It was single digits, wasn't it? But it was like...
It was 9. 9, weren't it?
Yeah, 9.
We'll go with that. But he did drop off towards the end of the season when he knew he was going back to Chelsea. So that was what struck me about the Ipswich deal when that was on the table. It was just like, okay, if Ipswich stay up, he signs for 30 million quid. I can just fully see him going, I don't want to stay at Portman Road. I want to go home. So... sack off the rest of the season, go back to Chelsea. So it was a bit of a weird deal, that one.
But, that gave me the same with Darren Ramsdale, mate. From the end of the season, he just drops off because he's like, I've got a relegation clause.
Let's hope not.
I'm just intrigued to know if Ramsdale's going to concentrate and go. He openly admits that he doesn't concentrate.
He enjoys that.
Yeah, but that's when he was playing at Arsenal, mate. If he's not concentrating, I mean, we saw what happened at the weekend. What was it?
None of those goals were his fault at all. It was horrendous defending.
Protecting his new signing. All right, who hasn't got John? Your bottom 3. Now that everyone's taking pop shots at Bournemouth, right? Who are you targeting back?
I wouldn't say everyone has taken pop shots.
Oh, just Mike.
I had Leicester bottom and Southampton second bottom at the start of the season, and that hasn't changed. I actually had Brentford as the 13th go down at the start of the season, but they started quite well because I just didn't think it'd be Wolves. I didn't think it'd be Everton. I didn't think Ipswich would go down. I still think Ipswich would just about do it, but it'll be close. I'm really not sure. I think I'll probably
do it, John. Do it. Come on, son.
Go on then. Forest will go down.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say Everton. Because he said, not Jace, like over Jace to my. He said,
they won't.
Guys, remember this game. Remember this game when it comes to the end of the season. Remember
I've always liked Bournemouth. Massive respect for Bournemouth.
I don't know why you're doing a Scouser accent just because Mike supports Everton. I don't.
I can't do
Although
the
I-
Brummy one.
I'm loving how many comments from everyone that I can see in the chat and from you, Wolvie. It's just like, no disrespect to Bournemouth, but can they just fuck off, please? and we aren't going anywhere. So thank you very much for the 3 points most seasons from Forest.
Yeah, not this season, mate. Not this season. Not this season. All right, I gotta get Anson, but let me just catch up on a couple of super chats. Sharky with the £5. He's saying West Ham, Palace, and Bournemouth to go down, and that's why I'm Mr. Popular. That would be an amazing relegation. I really would. I would love to see that one. Maybe not Palace so much, but oh my God, Jace. Oh, we would rip you a new one. We would rip you a new one.
Forest is more likely to go down, to be honest.
No, we're not. Where are you in the table again? Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Shut your mouth. Mind the gap. Know your role and shut your mouth. Rock style, mate. Right? And your predictions. Thank you, Sharky, for the £5.
Yeah, I'm going to disappoint people by actually predicting sensibly. Okay, so Leicester obviously will be going down. That I think we all agree on that. They've got not a chance. They've got the second worst manager in the league after Dyche.
Wait, who's worse?
Dyche.
Nah, man. Nah.
Yeah.
You agree?
My man.
Would you take Cooper right now? Tomorrow, straight switch with Leicester.
Hell no.
Would you take-
No. I'm good.
No, that's like
you agree
that's like picking between a turd and a lump of sick.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
You want
mate.
Johnny,
You've asked me
Well,
if I would
you
take him.
literally said, Mike, you would take anyone.
Mm.
Earlier on.
Ah,
You would take
yeah,
any
yeah.
manager.
Well done.
Received.
Yeah, well done.
Received.
Well done. Yeah. Give it to Cooper.
Sorry, I'm gone.
Yeah, so obviously, like I say, Leicester going down bottom. Now, because Kieran McKenna and what's his name? What's his bloody name? Russell Martin. From what I can gather, both of them have said they're not going to change their style of play. And I think that, unfortunately, that will cost them their place in the Premier League because you cannot play the kind of football that they want to play with the players they've got, i.e. the quality of player they've got in the Premier League. It will not suffice.
And listen to what you're saying. You're saying they should play shit football instead of trying to play attractive football. Is that what you're saying?
100%, yeah.
Mike, do you agree with that?
They want to stay
Mike.
up.
What do you think? Honest to God, I'm used to watching shit football every week.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not mutually exclusive.
Like I said with Cooper, that first season, I could forgive him. If he didn't change in the second season, I wouldn't. Hence why I didn't. So the first season, all you need to do is stay in that Premier League by hook or by crook. The second season, you need to see progress.
What about the fifth season with Dyche?
Well, yeah, I mean, they are on sticky ground. Everton are on sticky ground. They do need to change their manager. They could be down there, but I'll stick with the promoted clubs purely because of the style of play. They're too try to play too nice.
By the way, Jim. Sorry, just 1 sec, John. By the way, Jim, if you're gonna put laughing emojis, at least don't be stupid enough to spell Forest with a double R. Because I'm pretty sure you're about to get absolutely hammered in the chat.
Not even put it on screen if somebody can't spell out.
Nah, you know what? I'm just making sure that everyone in the chat clocked that. Jim Duff spells Forest with a double R. I'll leave him in the capable hands of the chat.
Where does that come from?
I've seen Jace do it. I've seen Jace do it.
As in Woodland, it's
Got
not
some poor education. But
yeah. That's it, mate.
I might deliberately do that whenever I play Forest.
Do you know what? Right.
Yeah, and why don't you say knots as well? You know, not.
I
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I know you guys.
No, the double R is more annoying than that. He's getting it all out tonight, isn't he, Mike?
Spicy. Whoa!
Mike, you feeling better now? You got a bit.
I'm joking. Look, realistically, yeah, I come on this channel last year after we beat Forest and was very supportive, and I've got all the time in the world for Forest. It's just a bit of banter. Realistically, I hate Bournemouth more.
Wait,
I'm
Mike.
Still enjoying
And
those
West Ham.
tears.
And West Ham. Hate West Ham.
How dare you?
Wait. This is the
big
question
support
of
on that
all
one.
questions. If
Just
you
because of
only
Jason.
tune in, if you only tune in for 1 minute tonight, is to know this answer. Everton Mike, who do you hate more? Bournemouth or West Ham or Luton?
Oh, Luton, mate. Luton. Second bottom of the championship. They're absolutely finished, bud. Finished, mate. 23rd. They're going to go end up in League One, and this stadium that they've got plans for is going to be literally demolished in front of them. I love it.
Plucky Luton.
Have a look at the championship. Have a look at it. They're
plucky.
fucked,
I'll
mate.
have a look. I'm gonna have a look.
Fucked.
They're plucky.
He's literally won 6 games in. He's won 6 games. He's something like 6 games in his last 50, and 3 of them are in the cup. How does he get a new deal? I love it. I love it. Love it.
Once he
Mike,
gets
that's
sacked-
one more than Dyche. That's one more than Dyche, isn't it?
I didn't include cup games in my 5. Right? I didn't include that because that would also include the penalty miss against Fulham, where Onana decided to side foot it to the goalkeeper. That was delightful.
Try Taiwo won you putting it over the stadium, and it's still we're still waiting for it to come down against Newcastle. But anyway, all right, we covered everyone off. Look, I hope you've enjoyed it. Something nice in the international break. If you want to see more of it, make sure you do hit the like button. But more importantly, go and subscribe to every single one of these legends channels. The link's in the description. Boys, it's been a pleasure to get you guys back together. A lot of you asking where Chappie was. He was going to try and make it tonight. He was rushing back. Clearly, he didn't make it back in time. So we'll get Chappie on the next one. So make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribe. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you all on. We'll see you later. Come on, you Reds.